today? I hope you're doing good. How is your solar return day going? I hope that you are feeling special, and more importantly, I hope that you fierce lions are just being brave and confident through all that you might have been through from last month and starting a new month, um, August 1st. I hope you are feeling good and strong. All right. So, as I said, that not only if you had saw my pre-introduction video to you guys in honor of your day, I did mention that you guys are not only bringing in just a new month, but you are in fact bringing in this new month under what we call a Sturgeon full super moon. So with that being said, your readings or your spread in each of the areas of personal, love, and money, I kind of wanted to incorporate the energy of this super moon into your readings. If in fact it doesn't feel as if it's relating or resonating at the moment, you better believe that somehow, for the duration of this whole entire month, somehow it will be impacted and you will feel it. Why? Because this Sturgeon full moon is very powerful. Before I get into your actual reading, and I'm not going to hold you long because I know you have some more celebration to do as I am coming to you a little later on in the day, I just want you guys, as a recap, to let you guys know that your reading, the energies and the messages, is not only based upon overall what I would have been giving you under your birthday, but not only are we under this full moon, full super moon, but we are still under Venus retrograde that came into effect in your sign this past July, July 22nd. So, in addition to the Venus retrograde, we have other planetary energies going on, and that is at play. Then we have the supermoon. Then we have another full moon later on toward the end of this month. So I say all of that is because probably out of all the other first of the month birthdays, you guys, you Leos, who are celebrating this day, August 1st, 2023, you are going to feel this full moon because it's not just your typical ordinary full moon. There's a super moon, okay? So not only because you would feel it so intensely, it's because you are a fixed sign. And fixed signs, which you are a fixed sign, along with Aquarius, along with Taurus, and I believe Scorpio, are fixed signs. And so the fixed signs will, in fact, feel it. So with you being a fixed sign Leo, you are definitely going to feel this supermoon on a very, very stronger and intense way. Okay? Now remember a few moments ago, I did mention that we are still under that Venus retrograde. And just for you, if you didn't see my reading under that, just as a recap, that Venus retrograde, of course, it did involve what Venus represents. It represents love, of course. It represents beauty, aesthetics. But really toward the end, the overall energy was really about how we dare to be and trust. How we dare to be our truest and authentic selves. So again, that started July 22nd, and it will be in effect. That Venus retrograde is in effect until September 3rd. So with that Venus retrograde, with this super moon, and with other planetary lunations going on for this month, you guys, you are in for a whirlwind type of month, okay? Because whether you believe or feel that, now for some of you, you may already have experienced some of the shift and the changes of the moon, because generally prior, about 2 days before any moon phase, you will already begin to feel a certain way. Okay, you begin to feel kind of maybe off, kind of eerie. It's because of the full moon. And then when it finally arrives, it's going to be more intense. You're going to feel it more. Also, you're going to feel it, of course, during its period of its being stationed in your sign. And then you're going to feel it even afterwards, because full moon phases last for 3 months. A 3-day window. But with the super moon, it's going to actually be in effect for the entirety up until toward the end of this month. So, with all of that being said, guys, I just really wanted to just make you aware of how the super moon brings with it not only it being stronger, but it has a special vibe with it. So you can say that probably out of all the other first of the month birthdays, that you guys are coming in a bit of a roar and really very special. So shh for the other birthdays, okay? So that was something I really wanted to bring to your attention. And before we get in, I just want to say further what this full super moon then, what is the message? What is this energy trying to alert all of us? So even though it's going to impact you guys as a fixed sign, me because I'm a Taurus, but it's going to hit all zodiacs, but it will be more impactful or affecting Aquarius and Leos. But the full moon is all about making connections with your closest friends, especially as the summer is winding down, right? The energy focus is encouraging you to live and let live. Follow your heart, step out of your normal routine or your comfort zone that will enable you to expand your horizons, okay? So that is what this super moon or sturgeon moon is all about. And if you want more information about it, I will encourage you to, when you're done listening to your reading, I would strongly encourage you to go onto my channel and look at the video that I just uploaded for Leos, which of course will be under the element of fire, because Leo of course rules under the fire element. So it will be, you can say, some extra messages for you. So after listening to your reading, right, because this is a general, so will the other element readings, but there will be some extra messages that maybe have not come out in your 3-part reading that maybe will kind of give you a little bit extra. And of course, if that still doesn't really hit home for you or doesn't really, resonate, maybe some parts will resonate. I am open for personal readings. The information will be linked into the description box, so you can go ahead to book a private session with me. There, I will give you more of a detailed, tailored, specific reading for you and your energy and what is going on specifically for you, if you are interested to kind of get a little bit more deeper into. All right. So like I said, with any of these 3 parts, if it doesn't resonate, I am available. And then, like I said, you can, in fact, go over to the reading and see what else have come out behind you guys. All right. So with all of that being said, let's jump right into it, because you have a birthday to celebrate. And so, again, it's broken up in 3 parts. As always, I'm going to start off, you guys, with your personal and spiritual growth development area, okay? And so I will say that, particularly with this area, I did a little bit different in terms of the card selection that I went to. I should say the decks I went to. Normally, I would start off with the Angel Tarot deck to kind of zone in on your overall energy. Today, because we have so many different lunations of, planetary energies at play, I wanted to choose, speaking of which, before I forget, so you guys, not only I'm gifting you this bonus 3-part reading, but as you can see, I have, in honor of your special day, I am presenting for you a vanilla cream slice cake, okay? And 2 candles representing my feminine. And if any masculine happens to come across this reading, there is that silver candle celebrating your day, okay? Mostly because my channel seems to attract more feminine energies. I have no masculine energies. We got to do something about that. But anyway, it's okay because this is like us girls type of energy here that's going on. So most of my readings, especially for these kind of readings, is always generally geared to my divine feminine ladies, okay? So with that being said, I started off with picking and choosing a deck from the Sun's Oracle because the Sun is linked to you guys' sign, the Leo, Lions. The Sun is very much a very powerful energy that influences you guys, okay? So I chose that, and the card that came out for you was Escape. Okay, now before we go in further, I just always like to give you guys just a brief idea of what the overall message will be for each of your readings. So the message that I got for this area, for your personal and spiritual growth development, is your desire to please others to the exclusion of personal needs has placed you within a complex and uncomfortable relationship or situation. Now is the time to escape from a situation and stop shutting your eyes to the realization that someone or a situation needs you to detach from. Release and let go. So that was quite a bit, but that is what I pretty much got in terms of you guys' overall energy based upon the cards that have come out. Now, I would say that particularly for this one, I have less cards here because I feel, like I said, that the Sun's energy is very big, right? It's very big and bright, and it in itself really sheds a lot of insight as to what is really going on behind the scenes and how it's affecting you guys' personal life. And once we get a glimpse into what is going on with you guys personally, I always say that whatever work that we work on when it comes to our personal growth, it's going to always transition and kind of help us toward our spiritual growth, right? So, escape. And so, escape is for some of you may actually literally need to escape. Now, take it as it resonates for you. It could be maybe escaping somewhere temporarily, like a vacation that might be needed. For others of you, this is in fact dealing with some sort of a situation involving a person. This could be, I feel it's more of a romantic type of relationship, okay, that you're needing to escape from. And some of you might have been in that hangman type of energy where you have been reflecting and looking at things from another perspective. But overall, being in that energy of the hangman, hypothetically, for those that have know about the energy of the hangman, that imagery in that particular card has someone literally like upside down. And the reason behind that is because sometimes when we are dealing with certain situations, person, place, or thing, and we don't have clarity upon, and we are trying to figure it out, and we are at crossroads, it will put us in that hangman energy to figure out what is the next step. How are we going to come up with an answer to solving something, right? So once you turn back up and you have found the solution, for most of you, this will be the outcome. The result is escape. And exactly what it is that you're escaping from, I feel is, for those that this will resonate for, it's not going to be for everyone. I feel that some of you are needing to detach and to walk away from a relationship or a connection, all right? And the reason for that is the cards that have come out for you, one of which is the seven. We're going to go one by one. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is, in fact, having made a decision and you are standing, you are defending that decision, but you are someone at this point of integrity, meaning you are standing by the decision that you have made. Because some of you already know the answer. And when you already know the answer, but you're still not taking the action toward solving it and putting an end to it, you are stalling. this time, and I'm going to, with each area, no doubt, we'll be bringing up about this full super moon. Because this super moon, even though it's not your ordinary moon, but it still is a full moon. And for those that already know, full moons is a time of what? Releasing, letting things go that no longer serves you. So, in keeping in that message and that overall energy behind this moon phase, then it is calling for you guys at this time, okay, to detach, release, and to let go of something. It could be a person, it could be a place, it could be a situation. You would know how that would apply for you, okay? But I am picking up more on a relationship type of connection, okay? And so with the Seven of Wands energy, you know, Wands is about taking action, right? And correlating with the overall energy of escape, you guys also, this energy is also ruled by the planet Mars. And Mars is about action. And that is exactly what the Seven of Wands is. It's an action card. It's an action taken that you have already made, and you are enforcing it, if you will, to take that action toward that decision that you have made. And some of you have made a decision to be honest with yourself, to speak your truth, and to follow through with what you have decided. The next card up that came out for you guys is the Ace of Swords. This is a card of communication, but it's about truth. The truth and nothing but the truth. Okay? So again, if you are in a connection with someone and it is calling for you to communicate, but to be honest, to let that person know how you feel about your relationship or your connection, that it's maybe not going in the way that you want it to. But it's only fair that first and foremost that you are honest with yourself. There's a realization at this point. Now, if you guys are not there yet, this is something that will perhaps you will see some type of shift in the situation during the course of this month. So for some of you, this is already in progress, maybe have happened, or it's about to happen. Okay? But the Ace of Swords is speaking the truth. Remember, going back to that Venus retrograde message in your sign from July 22nd, it was about daring you, right, to be your truest, authentic self. And when I see the Ace of Swords here in your reading under this area, this is in fact displaying that you are now at a point that you are no longer going to be allowing anything or anyone to block or to interfere with you feeling and being honest. Okay? So now is the time for you to speak the truth. And I feel that, again, if you're not there yet, this is something that is going to kind of transform for you through the rest of the month. The next and the last card that came out for you guys was the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is an energy of someone, it doesn't matter, you know, in gender, because if I do have any masculine that do come across this video, if in fact you are a masculine, but for the most part my feminine, it doesn't matter that we see a queen here. It's all about the energy of what the Queen of Cups represents. It represents emotions. It represents love, lots of love, to give something or to someone. And I feel that some of you may have been giving more than you need in a situation for someone or for something. And so maybe you are realizing I have extended myself above and beyond towards something. And I feel like it is with another person, with your person. Okay? And now it's like where you are deciding to be honest and speak your truth in terms of how you feel. Because Cups is about emotions. And so at the same time, I'm getting like two type of messages. At the same time, you have been loving, but now you are not allowing your emotions to get in the way of being true to yourself. Because sometimes when we allow our emotions to get in the way, it can block us from being truthful because we're so much in our emotions. So now I feel that if you have extended yourself and gave a lot of love to something or someone, now you are not allowing your emotions to kind of take over. You are just basically now being logical, less emotional, more logical, because swords deal with air energy, and air energies is relating to the swords. It's all about analyzing, being logical, thinking at a grander at the grander scheme of things, if you will, right? And this is what I feel that you guys are about to do for yourself, starting from this month, throughout this month. So again, if this is something that has not happened, you will see it happen sometime during the course of this month. And I want you guys to come back and to drop in your feedback and let me know how, in what way, or to just confirm that in fact that you have saw the change and that you was in your power, right? Because this is like a very powerful energy as well. You holding that sword, it's like I'm very powerful at this time. So I feel that that will be the energy that you guys will have for the duration of this month. Okay, so that is what I saw for your personal growth. Now, how that translate into now your spiritual development, I pulled a card from the Soul's Journey deck because I wanted to see and ask Spirit, well, what is overall the challenge, or what advice do Spirit have in terms of your spiritual journey moving ahead? And the card that came out was Death. How interesting that the Death came out, because remember, escape, and with me speaking upon that earlier in your overall energy, that it's what? Time to do what? To detach, release, and to let something go. And for the Death card to come out, I love it when my cards all synchronizes because they're in sync. But also Spirit is guiding me toward being guided to the overall energies that kind of correlates to bring home the point. So we have Death. And Death says, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Okay? And I just wanted to read something more. I'm going to the book because the book really sometimes gives you a little bit more umph. And so behind this Death card, so you can understand really what it means for you toward your spiritual growth ahead, it says, learn to view death as merely a change, and everything must change because stagnancy extinguishes progress. And this is where the Ace of Swords come in at. You are no longer letting you holding back how you feel and what it is you need to say in terms of you being honest and authentic to get in the way anymore. It says the same is true for a relationship. And it's time to move beyond this point of familiarity and expand into new horizons of learning and development. This is a wonderful opportunity to thank those other souls in your life who have shared part of your path and taught you so much. And that is it in a nutshell with Death. So this confirms basically that whatever it is that you end when it comes to your personal life, it will make you stronger and to transform on a soul spiritual level, if that makes sense, right? Because how we grow and how we develop personally, it will translate into how we connect to the divine and how we overall align ourselves on a more soul, deeper spiritual level. Okay? And as we close out, I wanted to close out with pulling the card from the Moonology deck, which is representing the energy that we are currently in. And with you guys bringing in this day under the full moon in the sign of Aquarius. And the final message in your advice is show the world the real you. And as we close out of this part of your reading, I wanted to read something extra. It says, the message of this from the cosmos is that you need to detach a little from whatever situation that you are in. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world the real you, this energy of the card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. Okay? Every full moon, as I mentioned, is a time to release and let go. What needs to go? So these are like now the questions that you should ask yourself. What needs to go? What is the right thing to do? Okay? So that is what you guys should ask yourself. If you haven't, you will be doing that during the course of this Sturgeon full supermoon. Asking yourself, what I need to let go in order for me to show the world the real, authentic self. And this is what the Ace of Swords is about. Speaking your truth. And when you speak your truth, you can show the world the real you. All right, my Leos, this is what I got pertaining to this area of your life. If it did resonate and you liked it, you know what to do. Send some fire to that thumbs button. Give me a like. But as well, if you want more of an extended, detailed reading pertaining to this particular area, I am open for personal readings. The information is in the description box. You can go ahead, proceed, and book your own private session with me, because that reading that you book will be tailored just for you. Now, moving over to the next area is your love and relationship reading. And so the overall message that I got there is, oh, my foot went to sleep. You know how it is when your feet sleeps? Wow. Okay. So the overall message there is what you want. You know the answer. Stop complaining, because when you complain about what served to you, it's only because you placed an unclear answer. Now is the time to get and be clear and honest with yourself. Trust in your feelings and make decisions for yourself about what's best for you. How interesting that we just came off your personal and spiritual growth, and the messages is spilling over. And I will say this, most times out of all these readings that I usually do, 9 times out of 10, whatever is going on in your personal is going to transfer over into your love. Because again, your love is what? A part of your personal. So if in fact there's a situation that is going on in your personal involving a relationship or connection, then it would make sense that it will kind of bleed over into that area, right? Okay. So I read you your overall message. And so let's talk about the cards that have come out for you pertaining to this area. The first card up is the Queen of Wands. And just so you guys know, at the bottom of the deck, these energies that have come up, let's talk about the energies first. We got the Queen of Wands. In the middle, we got the Strength, which is you, your sign, Leo, the Lion, along with the Six of Swords. All of these energies, you can say, have been triggered by the bottom of the energy of the major arcana of the world. Okay? So these cards have been triggered, but as well as being influenced by the world energy. So now we are going to see how these energies is in some way being influenced by the overall energy of the world card as we move forward in your love reading. So going back to that Queen of Wands, Wands is all about action and passion, but it's also about now it can mean different things. Now this is hitting into your element because Wands deals with fire energy. So this is in fact hitting you guys, right? So you guys could be dealing with someone of fire sign. It could be another Leo. It could be a Sagittarius, or it could be what's the other fire sign? Leo, Sag, and oh boy, what is the other fire sign? Leo, Sag, and man, I just got blank. Totally got blank. Anyway, you guys know, but if I remember, I'll bring it up. So anyway, you guys might be dealing with someone of fire element, and so Aries. There we go. I knew it. Aries. So you might be dealing with an Aries, another Leo as yourself, or someone a Sag. Okay, doesn't have to be, but it's right about the energy. And I feel that some of you may have or may be in a relationship or connection with someone where the connection just has been a lot of passion, but nothing else pertaining to it. And so, in tuning into your overall message about what it is you want, you are questioning yourself. What is it that I want in this relationship or this partnership or this connection? Is it really where I want to be at this time? And so, being that you are starting a new month, maybe this is something that I feel that maybe some of you have been trying to figure out for the past month, or maybe even past that, where you are at maybe your wit's end and really wanting to see if this is relationship, can it be more than just passion? Okay? And I feel that, like I said, you guys have been kind of at a standstill, looking back, trying to figure out if you want anything to be changed. Or if not, maybe you have seen things for what they are, and you're coming into realization that I don't think that this person is for me. I don't think they are ready to give me what it is I'm looking for, right? And so, going to your overall energy, the world speaks upon closing out cycles so that you can what? Start a new cycle, to start fresh, to start new again. So keep this in mind when we are talking about these energies here, that it's being triggered and influenced by that world card. So the energy of this love reading is really telling you guys that perhaps, unfortunately, it might be time for you guys to let something go, to let someone go. Okay, that this relationship has served its purpose. And although you still may have love for the person, but maybe you're the one that has been pouring and giving love. Whereas the other person, maybe it's just all about the passion into the relationship, but there's nothing else. Okay, so you would know how that applies. Now, as we move down to clarify that, we pull from the Love's Oracle, and the Love Oracle that have come out to kind of speak further about this energy of the Queen of Wands was sunglasses. And basically, some of you, as I said, you have been at a standstill, kind of looking at things from a different perspective, right? And you have been trying to focus and tune in on what is more that this relationship has to offer, or this connection, right? And if it's something that is not quite where you want, then it's time that you come to that realization of yourself to say, it's time to let it go. Okay? And then I wanted to pull from the Angels Romance card to see what your spirit guides, to see what your angels, what is their advice and the overall final message behind the energies of the Queen of Wands and the symbolic message behind sunglasses that we have here very soon. It says, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So again, I love it when my cards all synchronize, and this is what your angels are saying. Remember, going back to your energy, what do you want? You're the one that will know. You have the power. It's in you to change the perspective, to change your situation, so that when you do, in fact, decide what you want, which is to close out this relationship, closing out that cycle, you open doors for someone to come in and to kind of be compatible and give you what it is that you've been wanting that you didn't see from this other person. Okay, so that's what I got from that. Now we move over into the next column. And the second card is your energy, guys. Leo, the strength card. So, as I said, I feel that some of you might have been resistant in the past about speaking your truth, going back a little bit into your personal. You've been resistant and holding back and speaking your truth, being honest towards someone about what it is that you are not, maybe you're not being fulfilled, right? And you've been holding back, trying to be strong and hold on, right? Well, today's super moon is asking for you to be your true self. Lions is known or is associated for what? Their confidence, their bravery, their strength. And they take action. So now is the time for you guys to take action and to put yourself first. To know that at the end, your happiness is truly something that is precious. No longer letting someone else to rain down on your true happiness and fulfillment. What came in my mind just now is the Nine of Cups. If you know about the Nine of Cups in tarot, it's about your wish fulfillment. It's about being fulfilled, and then, having the things, but you're reaching that point. So if you want something in your life, you have to be clear on it, right? Now, to clarify, that the love oracle that came out was not today. So some of you have this attitude with your person when they try to reach out to you, because like I said, you're at your wit's end. So they can text you, they can call you, maybe multiple times, and you look and you see that it's them, and it's like, not today. Because why? When you're in that energy of not today, you're not wanting to be bothered with them, because it's like, you have lost the passion. You have come to realize that they are really not about much, so to speak, right? That's not quite how I want it to come out, but I think you overall get the idea. The same type of, communication, the same type of dialogue, but really behind what they have to say, is it something that is making you like, not this again, or it's just getting tiresome. Okay, that's about the best way I can say. So this is why you have this energy. You're not wanting to be dealing with them. But it also speaks about hurt. So maybe some of you are still angry about something that have went down. It could be the fact that maybe this person really haven't taken things further that would feel more meaningful at this time for you. And so when they call, it's like, not today, because you're just not wanting to be bothered, right? Because you almost know that you're about to savage or bring an end to this relationship. And so with you knowing that, then it's almost like you want to prepare to have less conversations with them as well, is what I'm being guided to say. That you're conversating with them and your interaction overall is diminishing, right? And it's diminishing to the point where you will speak your truth. Going back to your personal reading, that Ace of Swords, this is where you're going to now speak your truth. No more blocking, no more refusing. You're just going to let it go so that you don't have to worry about it moving ahead. And then your advice from your angels is release your ex. That's what your angels is telling you, to release your ex. And it says the time has come to clear your energy. That is the final message and the advice from your spirit angels, your spirit guides, to release your ex. Because somewhere along the lines, and your spirit guides know that you need to close out this cycle and to embrace or to be embraced into finding something new that will be more compatible and more genuine for you. Okay? Now, as we shift over to your last energy or the card, we have the Six of Swords. So you can say that this is like your outcome. The Six of Swords is the outcome. When you have decided that you are ready to close that cycle out, the World card is also a travel card. And it's kind of somewhat like the Six of Swords, because the Six of Swords is also like traveling. You are moving away from something. This could be the person that you're moving away from, metaphorically. It could be a physical move. Maybe you are now ready to maybe move out of living with them and now to move somewhere else that it will separate you permanently from this person. So put it how it relates to you, but it is generally closing out cycles so that new ones, a new way of a connection, a new cycle of anything new, moving ahead will be available for you as long as you are ready to embrace it. So either you can initiate it or be open to initiating something, or this could also mean that someone will be coming toward you. Okay? And to clarify that, we have abundance. So abundance says keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude. So it goes back to your overall energy message. What is it that you want? You can manifest it, right? No need to chase. You attract. When you manifest what you want, you are in fact setting yourself up for abundance. As long as you have a positive attitude toward it, right? And abundance is not just about money and wealth. It's about any area of your life. So when it comes to love, you can receive and be open to getting abundance when it comes to love. It can be so much abundance when it comes to love in your life that it will make you feel so overwhelmingly emotional because you are happy that finally I have found the one that is for me. And then to close out, your angel message is express your love. So this is you that will be expressing your love to someone in the future, or this will be somebody that you will meet as you have closed out that cycle. You have opened up for someone to express love to you. And it says here, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So this could simply mean the person that you are about to meet, that they will be open and express and gesturize, if that's a word, love toward you. But it will be something that will make you very happy because it's abundant. When something is abundant, and no matter what form it comes in, it will have us feeling very emotionally fulfilled. All right? So that is what I got there in that area for you, Leos. If that area resonated, you know what to do. Send some fire to that thumbs button to give me a like, and then drop your feedback and let me know if that resonated for you. Now, let's move on to your last energy, and this is about job, career, money, and finance, okay? And energy message that I got here is judgment call is ringing, sounding the alarm. Time is now to begin fresh and new. And how fitting, how it correlates with what we just got off from your love, speaking about closing out that cycle so that you can open up and begin something new and fresh. This now is translating over into your money, career, and finances. So let's speak about the cards that have come out. We have here the Page of Pentacles. We have the Judgment. And then last, we have another major, the Death. Okay? You know, I'm just now noticing that you guys got a few messages pertaining to endings, right? Closures, detaching, releasing. So with that being said, regardless of the area, it's pointing for you Leos to detach, let go, and to end a person, place, or thing. And again, you would know in what way that will mean for you. You would know in your heart of hearts what it is that is time for you to put an end to, so that you can, because you deserve it, right? You deserve love, you deserve happiness, you deserve money, right? But you have to as well, especially under this full moon, because the full moon is not about releasing, it's also setting your intentions. So set your intentions today, Leos, okay? Now, going back to, and just so you know that these energies was triggered from the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is something or someone from the past. And I feel that this is, in fact, because we are speaking about job and career, This is pertaining to something that you guys perhaps did in the past, right? And it's like it's almost giving you a nudge to go back to it for some reason. Sometime in life, the timing is not right for different aspects of our lives. And I think whatever it is from the past, because it has come up, it's something from your past that you did. It could be relating to something that maybe you went to school for, because the Page of Pentacles is about education. It's about learning. It's about ascertaining information that will help you, or something that has helped you in the past. And it's kind of calling you to maybe go back to it. And the reason for that is because there's something great and grand about it. Because we got to clarify that we got great fortune. So Spirit is saying, if you know what this is from the past, that perhaps you studied, or there was a career, not so much job, a career or something that you went to school for, Spirit is saying to kind of revisit it, to go back. Because when you do, the timing would be right and it will pay off in a big way. Great fortune is something that is very grandiose, something that is very colossal. It's going to pay off in a very big way, okay? And the fact that it came up in your money area, that means that something is on the horizon for you. So try to figure out what it is in your past that you went to school for and go back to it. Maybe it's also telling you to brush up and to maybe, kind of learn it again, to freshen up so that you can apply for a position. If this is job related, you can now update the information about that particular skill and then go apply for it, and you will be amazed that perhaps the pay is better than what it was maybe 5 or 10 years ago. Or if it's pertaining to school you went to, maybe, you have the certificate, or you have a license. Well, how would this apply? Go back to it, because Spirit is saying it's something that is going to pay off in a very big way. You may not see it now, but try to do so and work toward it somehow during the rest of this month. Okay? So now let's speak about the next card that came out for you, the Major Arcana of the Judgment. Remember, in my overall message, I said that now is the time. Judgment call is here. It's a ringing. It's sounding an alarm for you to go back and to visit something that is going to pay off. But the Judgment is also making decisions. It can be many of things, but I feel that it is something that is going to set you up for the future, because with your clarifier, we have here Privileged Lady. And for those, if it's a man that is looking, it could be a privileged man, but it's about the energy. The main word here is privileged. When something is privileged, it comes with a status, right? It's a status that has been achieved, or it's a status that will be elevated to you. So if in fact you heed and sound the alarm by answering that call, and to go back to that something that you would know, it's going to pay off. It's going to elevate your status. It's going to change your status or your position from where you're at now, and going to elevate you to a higher status with a higher salary, if you will. Okay? So take heed and really figure out what it was. Try to, reevaluate and try to see how, whatever this is from the past, that you can kind of like go back to and try to figure out what is needed for you to go toward, because it's going to really, like I said, pay off in a big way. Okay? Now, as we wind out and close out that last card of Death, so again, it's saying perhaps for some of you, it's time to maybe let go of a job or a career and to go back to something that you went to school for. It's almost like, don't let what you studied go to waste. Okay? So, whatever license or certificate or any type of diploma or anything of higher honors that you got. You might have wanted to just put it to the side because you got involved with other things. Well, Spirit is saying, don't let that go to waste. Okay? Now, for an example, I'm going to use myself. Now, I went to school for cosmetology, so I am a cosmetologist. And for a moment in the past, I worked at salons, and that was my thing. But then later on, and I went to school for it, and I got my certificate. But then later on, like anything else, as you get older, you kind of get bored, but it is a passion. But then you get into other things, and then you get into other things. Somehow, within the past month, Spirit has given me the signal that I should go back because it's a skill, it's a talent that I have. And at the same time, it could also be a source of a source of extra income for me, right? Like I said, I know how to do hair. I know the knowledge of what is involved, right? And so now it's where I should go back to that. In addition to whatever else I have, but Spirit is saying go back to that because it will pay off in some kind of way. So that's an example. So maybe for some of you, you might have went to school for cosmetology. And maybe like me, you did it at one time, but then you put it to the side because you got into other things. Well, whatever it may be for you, go back to it because now is the time. That's why the Judgment card came up here, because it's like the alarm is ringing for you, and it's almost like you don't want the time to pass you by because you might not have a chance to revisit it. When it's gone, okay? And then to clarify that, we got gift. So gift is where something is going to pay off in a big way. It might be a gift where whatever it is that you go back to, it will be something maybe like a bonus. It could be like a bonus gift. It could be anything, but it's a very positive message here. Behind all of this is a very positive message, okay? And as we close out, I kind of felt like I wanted to pull another card for you guys. And what came out, and I call this overall, what is the overall message of these energies? It was another term. But anyway, what is the overall message behind great fortune, privileged lady, and gift? What is the final overall message in a nutshell? That's what I was going to say. So in a nutshell, what do all these energies really mean? And the card that came out was the Six of Swords. Six of Swords, which I believe might have come out. Yes, it came out in your love reading, the Six of Swords, which means you are leaving. Now, this could be anything. You could be leaving the way you think, the mental. You might be kind of like between crossroads. Let that go. Let that way of thinking go and open up to other possibilities because there's abundance here for you. This could be something physical. Maybe you might have to leave where you're at to pursue something. But in that pursuit, it's going to lead you to something really incredible. You have to believe and go with what it is that you need to do. And I had to pull this out because it was at the bottom behind the Six of Swords. And it came out again because you got the Death card here. And the Death card came up again. So Spirit is really letting you guys know that there are cycles that need to end in your life. This is your, not only today, but this is your month for closing out cycles, whether it be in your personal and spiritual, particularly personal, whether it is your love, whether it comes to your money, finance, job, career, and whatever area, Spirit is saying that it's time for you guys to be honest with yourself, close out cycles, people, places, or things that do not serve you. If where you live, your environment is not serving you, and you have the means to, because some people have the means to make changes, but it's all about the comfort zone. Maybe it's like, this is where I've been for years. I'm not ready. Spirit is saying, now is the time, the judgment. Make that, answer the call, make the changes, and when you do, you're going to be abundant. You're going to be happy. Sometimes change is good. Not all change is good, but for some reason, the fact that it's calling for these changes and cycles to close with you guys, Spirit sees something that you may not see at the time, or you may not really feel that it's going to happen, but Spirit knows best. So it behooves us, right, that we take the advice from Spirit to help us along our journey. All right, Leos, this is what I got for you. I hope that resonated. If it did, let me know in the comment section. Give me some feedback. Send some fire to that thumbs button to give me a like. And at any time that you feel inclined to want to, again, get a more detailed, extended reading about what is perhaps going on for you more on a personal level, because this is all general for all of you Leos who are celebrating today, then again, reach out to me for a private booking, and I'll be more than happy to give a little bit more clarity into your own unique situation. All right, my Leos, happy Born Day. I'm wishing all of you happiness, peace, and abundance. Remember, the super full moon is going to be of change. It's going to be very great. Utilize it. Go out today. Look up at the sky. Look up for that full moon and set your intentions and be clear on what it is you want. All right, my Leos? So, get going. And until the next solar return year, I'm wishing all of you peace, love, and light. Ashe. Thanks for listening. Bye.